Okay, I'm going to answer the complicated question of how do you make chicken noodle soup? That sounds like it's not that complicated. Well, there's Campbell's chicken noodle soup, and then there's chicken noodle soup, or there's Pappardelle noodles with braised chicken and roast vegetable soup with fresh herbs, or so I'm not sure exactly what we're calling this, but we know we have noodles, we know it's a broth, and we know we have chicken. Okay, the important part is just how to. This is somewhat of a pasta bowl of soup, which is why it's in this class. So I have 6 cups of chicken stock simmering back here, and I have a half of a chicken breast that I braised that we're going to dice up and put in there. And I have some roasted vegetables here, which is a combination of onions, red pepper, zucchini, yellow squash, broccoli, and cauliflower. And I'm going to chop those up a little bit, but not much, and put them in the soup also. I'm going to show you a large version and a small, like appetizer size version that has a splash of cream in it also. And we'll talk about some other ingredients that you might want to put in there. Let's start by putting the chicken and the vegetables into the 6 cups of chicken stock that are boiling in the back. We're going to have fresh herbs in here. We're going to put tomato concasse. We're going to put a little bit of garlic, some butter, some olive oil, fresh pepper. We're going to garnish it with some cheese. This is a nice bowl of soup, either as a main dish or an appetizer. Now you can use roast chicken meat and pull it and put large pieces in if you want that. Oh, I got a bone in here. I got it. We don't want any bones in our soup. There's still a bone in there. Where's that bone at? Okay. There it is. You always find your bones when you're cutting your chicken. Okay, let's put the chicken in there. Now this is a fairly quick soup, and your decision about what you want to put in it. You don't have to have roasted veg, which we use from. I demonstrated how to make these in the spaghetti primavera class or lesson, and so I'm going to throw. I think I'm going to leave these just the way they are and not chop them up. The more I think about it, then you can identify each individual vegetable a little better in the final soup there. So we have about a cup and a half, 2 cups of veg there. And I have fresh chopped basil. I have fresh chopped cilantro. We're going to put a couple tablespoons of cilantro in there. And we're going to put 3 to 4 tablespoons of the chopped basil in there. I'm going to put, about 1.5 ounces of whole unsalted butter in there, which is optional if you're concerned about consuming more butter than you think you should be consuming. Let's get that mixed up. And we have Pappardelle egg ribbon style Italian noodles that were cooked in this chicken stock previously and chilled. So I have about 1/2 pound of noodles here. Now you put the amount of noodles in your pot that you want in your soup. I'm giving you my version of how I would probably want to eat it, in terms of the amount. So let's get the pappardelle in there. And we're going to put a splash of olive oil in there. A couple tablespoons. We're going to put about 3 or 4 tablespoons of tomato concasse in here, which is a tomato condiment, if you will, that's chopped tomatoes cooked in olive oil, white wine, garlic with salt, pepper, sugar. And we do have a video for this in the skills department. So I'm going to put a couple, I got a 1/4 cup of that tomato concasse in there. Let me get a little bit of fresh ground black pepper in there. Maybe you don't want to use fresh ground pepper. Maybe you want to put some jalapeno in there, or use dried red chilies. These are all options for you. I'm trying to give you a feeling for how to go about making a more modernized version of chicken noodle soup that will probably blow the person away that you give it to. So I'm going to let this simmer together for 3 to 5 minutes. That's it. Then I'm going to come back and we're going to spoon them into the bowls, put a couple of garnishes on them, and that's going to be the end of that. You're really going to like it if you take the time to make it. If nothing else, you're going to like the way it looks. I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Okay, 5 minutes has elapsed. I did mention garlic, and I never put it in, so I threw in 2 nice tablespoons of garlic in the soup, and it just shut the soup off. And now we're going to put it in the bowl. This soup looks really, really good. Let's do this here. Let's do the food in the bowl first. I tasted this, by the way, and it's really good. Of course, my opinion is the least important one. And let's do the little appetizer version over here. Let's make sure that everybody's getting their share of chicken here. Hold on, let me get a slotted spoon here so we can fish some of the chicken out. Nice, 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 nice. Got a lot of nice color with the veg here. You got some, different tastes and textures all mixed into one. If I was going to make the soup for myself, I would probably add a little more butter, whole butter to it now. But that's something for you to decide. Okay, I think we have enough of everything in both of these bowls. Maybe too much in this bowl as an appetizer. There you go. Now, let's take some of the broth. Let me taste it again. This tastes good. I put a little bit of salt, a little more salt, another tablespoon of olive oil, another pinch of pepper. Get that seasoning right up to not the maximum amount of seasoning, but so that you can taste everything. Okay, let's put the broth on here. Oh, let's hold off. I want to put a splash of cream in here after I get this one done. Nice, nice, nice bowl of soup here. Okay, let's put a little bit of fresh basil on this one. Let's put a little bit of parsley on this one. We can put a little bit of fresh tomato on here just to make it have that total fresh feeling. Of course, you put whatever you want on here. I'm going to put a little bit of Parmesan cheese on here. This has a kind of a minestrone quality to it, but it certainly wouldn't be minestrone. But it's darn close, excuse me. Okay, so there's that, and I'd even put a little more olive oil on there like that. That's nice. Okay, now, there's a finished bowl of, quote, chicken noodle soup. Now let's try this one by putting a splash of cream in this. Kind of makes the soup a little bit white. Another dimension, more flavor, a little bit more fat, which I'm not trying to do intentionally, it's just that I love cream. Let's get this out of the way for a second. Again, the Parmesan cheese. Might want to serve some Parmesan cheese on the table next to this one. Get out of there. A couple of little pieces of cheese wouldn't hurt. Now a little bit of parsley. Put some basil on there. Clean up our bowl a little bit. Pinch of olive oil. Nice, nice, nice. These soups look really, really, really good. So that's it. John's version of chicken noodle soup, or whatever you want to call this. This is a good basic technique for making soup. Maybe you want to incorporate clams with this. Maybe you want to put shrimp in here with the chicken. Who knows? You make this soup the way you want, but this is a good idea. Try it and you will enjoy it.